What up, family? It's your favorite cousin, your bald-headed brethren, Cool Rich, back in this mug, and we need to have a conversation because there was a specific niche fragrance house that I used to be a fan of, and then I ended up falling out of love with it, and I got rid of all of the fragrances that I have from that house. It was initially, well, it wasn't so many fragrances that I have from that house, but yeah, I ended up getting rid of them because, you know, I do have a few fragrance houses that, well, one of them, my favorite fragrance house is Parfums de Marley. But I've definitely made mention that I do love some other fragrance houses as well. But yeah, this one I fell out of love with and I got rid of all of them. So sit back, relax, and let's have a conversation about this specific fragrance house that I got rid of. And you'll be very much surprised because it's extremely popular. I had to make sure I said that properly because the tongue twier in that it's extremely, like, it's, yeah. Alright, welcome back, and I appreciate you for, tapping in today. So don't forget to make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe to the content so that way you are notified about any of the future videos that we have coming up. But I did want to talk about this specific fragrance, man, because while I did initially bang with this fragrance house, I fell out of love with it. So came from a situation where I was dealing with my usual fragrance rep in Detroit, and they told me that I should get this one specific fragrance. They wanted me to, expand my nasal palette. So they were telling me about this fragrance house. It's pretty popular, called Creed, and they invited me to try Viking. Yeah, that was the first fragrance that they invited me to try. Like, what? So, as you can tell, wasn't too, like, I thought I would be impressed, and I was like, hey, maybe it'll end up warming up to me. Like, I thought it was okay, thought it was decent. It's not it wasn't a bad fragrance, but it definitely left a lot to be desired. So I was just like, I just thought, like, maybe it's me that day. Because sometimes you'll end up smelling a fragrance and it may not work that time period. Then you'll end up smelling it another time and then it's immaculate. So I ended up getting it and had it, kept it for a while. Didn't really wear it for real. So I mean, it was nice, it was cool, nice spring, summertime type of vibe, but yeah, didn't really care for it. So then, and I know you're probably like, well, that's Viking, that's the first one, right? So the next one I ended up getting into was Royal Oud. So I was thinking, like, hey, Royal Oud will end up being a nice oud fragrance and everything like that. It's Royal Oud, like
a bullshit.
You just know, you going by the name. Wasn't that much oud.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You have a name like Royal Oud, and there's not that much oud. Bro, I was like extremely disappointed. So I'm like, all right, Viking, swing and a miss. Royal Oud, swing and a miss. I'm like, all right, what's gonna be my next one? Cause I did hear, I know about Aventus. and stuff like that. I mean, Ventus is, it's kind of like a Dior Sauvage type of situation at this point because it's so popular. Everybody already knows about it. So it's like, that one is just, it's kind of like a default. But I'm like, all right, as far as outside of your default fragrance that everybody loves, what else do you have? Do you have general quality? You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. It's like, is it just something else that's going to be going in 30 seconds or is going to be straight? But yeah. But then there's this next one. This next one was like an amazing fragrance because like I love the grapefruit and the notes that came with it because it was just a wonderful, well-balanced fragrance. That Neroli Sauvage. I was like, this mug smells great. Wonderful, wonderful, elegant, amazing. Performance is trash. Performance is like Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo for the men. You know, because I like I said in my prior review, Jimmy Choo for you, oh yeah, for women, I want you, that mug performs. Any Jimmy Choo fragrance for men, in 30 minutes. Same thing with the Neroli Sauvage. Very much disappointed because I was like, this mug it smelled wonderful. But I'm not getting anything out of it. Like, I have to keep that bottle on me all day long. I don't want that. Like, I don't want to have to reapply a certain scent that I done paid a couple $100s for. Come on, man. So that was swing. Neroli Sauvage. Swing it up. But where there is a thorn, there is also some roses, right? So, the situation after that Neroli Sauvage, I was just like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I just can't keep investing in a fragrance house that just has. It felt like I was just being misinformed consistently. Like, I get the Neroli Sauvage, like a performance. I get the Royal Oud. There's no oud. I'm like, bro, what am I missing here? You know, so. But there was, when I went, and shout out to my guy Chris when I was in Chicago, he put me on, I didn't actually know about this fragrance, so I give him his props. He put me on Himalaya. When I smelled Himalaya, that reopened me back up to Creed. That mug is a beast. It is an underrated beast. Then I started to find out more about like Green Irish Tweed from like the past and stuff like that. Older gentleman was telling me about that. What else? Like Silver Mountain Water and stuff like that. Those type Silver Mountain Water, Creed Aventus, stuff like that, those they didn't really capture me like that because it was easy to clone. Like, you can get Club de Nuit Sillage or Club de Nuit Intense, what is it, Urban Man or something like that, or Elixir, or just Club de Nuit Intense. Like that, those are supposed to be good clones, like 90 to 95%. So at the end of the day, it's like, hey, why am I sitting up here spending my money on those when, on this, when I could get something that's close to it and spend like not even 1/10, like 1/100th of the price, or even more, like, bruh. So, but like I said, that Himalaya opened me back up. So now I'm just looking at it and saying, I'm going to reestablish my collection with the Creed. I'm going to potentially leave those other ones out, or I might end up reestablishing them just depending on reviewing, like for content purposes. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and let it be known about why I initially got rid of all my fragrances from the House of Creed, and why I do plan to step back into that house very soon. And shout out to Chris. You definitely, put me back in with the whole recommendation with Himalaya, and then going from Himalaya after that to other fragrances within that house, within that fragrance house. So, hey man, I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in and, checking us out about, this situation. But, yeah, this was definitely something that I wasn't expecting. Like, I've done lives on Facebook about like why I got rid of all of my Creed fragrances, but I never actually did it here. So I just wanted to let it be known, but I'm about to reestablish them. So yeah, man, I definitely appreciate y'all. It's your favorite cousin, your bald-headed brother, Cool Rich back in this mug. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the content, so that way we can keep growing the whole community and keep expanding the family. But I do appreciate you for just being a part of this community overall. Yeah, share it off to your family, share it off to friends. If you need to give me some type of criticism because I dissed the House of Creed, hey man, talking, complain to them. It was their fault. Can't be sitting up here having me pay $300 for a doggone joint that don't project. You got me messed up. 30 minutes. Like what? 30 minutes? $300, 30 minutes? Boy, you got me messed up.